Kate's screen. There's a baby chicken.
Yeah.
We did have 8. Now we have 5.
I understand. Yeah, you can come out. Got paper cafes up at the front office.
And he's pretty.
Oh, it's a baby chicken. Does it lay eggs?
Rhode Island Red.
We should eat them.
I don't know.
Rectangles. It's a chicken nugget.
Chicken nuggets. I would be a vegetarian if I had to eat.
What is that?
Chicken is baby chicken. It's a Rhode Island Red.
Mom, come look at the chicken.
Get started. Everybody give me a thumbs up. I'm going to mute y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is, if you have dirt or soil, you can plant, and then things, you may not think that you have seeds at home, but you may. I got these out of a bell pepper at home, and I've dried them out over the last few days. So I'm going to see if I can plant those and if they will grow. I also have an avocado seed that I'm trying to get to do something, and really anything. If you ever cook a vegetable or whatever, whenever you cook it, you can look and you can see that it's got lots and lots of seeds in it. So what we're going to do is, I've got my garden kind of going. And I have a lot of trees in my yard, so I've started them in these kind of little pot things that are made out of, I don't know, stuff you'd make a nest out of. I got them from Lowe's, and I just planted my seed in them, and I will put them in the ground once they start to bloom a little bit. They have little buds on them, but I'm gonna give them a little bit longer until I know that the weather warms up a little bit outside. And I don't, need to change their environment. But Miss Bolt, I know that they're gonna plant some stuff as well. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna relate this back to photosynthesis and cellular respiration, okay? So if you guys had been in class today, we would have planted some herbs like parsley or cilantro. I think Mr. Smith had some cilantro. I think I saw that up there. Miss Bolt, what do you have?
She said, are y'all going to let the parents know when you find out? Nope. Keeping it a secret.
Yeah, he's got cilantro. Miss Bolt, what do you have?
Parsley.
He has parsley. So really you could plant whatever you have, and we'll keep a check on them and come back and see if they are germinating over the next few days, okay? So we'll give you maybe like 3 minutes if you want to try planting something real quick, and then we'll start with notes for today.
Me, Brian, and Noah find out if we made it to
If you are planting, I'm gonna add my little bell pepper seeds right here. Make maybe like a 1/2 inch little groove in the ground. I've dried these seeds out for maybe a week or so.
Everybody make sure you're muted. We can hear lots of personal conversations.
Yeah, lots of personal conversations. You're going to cover it up and put just a little bit of water on it and keep it watered every day. And in about 10 days or so, you should be able to see little blooms if they take. And when we're doing this, we're going to talk about, I know we've talked about it in 6th grade, but photosynthesis versus cellular respiration. And so what do my plants need in order to make sure that they're going to be successful and take and to bloom? So anybody kind of just raise your hand and talk. What are my reactants of photosynthesis?
Look at your notes if you don't know.
Well, y'all shouldn't need your notes. All right, somebody talk to us. Just like in class, we'll just have a conversation.
Sun, water.
Okay, sun, water. And what are plants going to take in?
Nutrients.
Okay, they need nutrients. That's why I went to Lowe's and bought soil. Because if I tried to plant it in my dirt, in my front yard, might not grow like I want it to. What else? What are plants going to take in that we release?
Sunlight. Carbon dioxide.
There you go. Carbon dioxide. Okay, so remember that's going to be our photosynthesis process. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share our screen, okay? And I'm going to go to our Weebly website where we'll kind of just do notes together today.
Ooh.
You show
All right, can everybody see the Weebly website?
Yes.
Yes, okay, cool. Here's the click here button if you want to add an experiment you want to do. If I can get the materials, remember I'll do it. And as long as I'm permitted to continue to go on our field trip Friday, I will go to Emerald Isle and we're going to go to the estuary and do a fish dissection. Okay, and Mr. Shear will be with me that day.
Also, we're recording this, so if anybody wants to go back and look at it later on or share it with like your friends, this is being recorded as well.
All right. So, anything you want to do, click there, put it in, and we'll do those experiments. But Monday, today, photosynthesis versus cellular respiration, okay? So these are your notes for today. You can write them now or you can write them after the video's over. They're on Weebly. And just to let y'all know while I'm thinking about it, I have all of your brain dumps up there. So if you're ever like, what can I do? Brain dumps are a good resource, but don't feel overwhelmed or pressured to be, working every part of every day, okay? You also have to have brain breaks and just do what's best for you. Go outside. Make sure you're good, okay? Woo. All right, Miss Kate, you want to start notes?
Okay.
You good?
Mm-hmm. So, just a reminder, you probably learned this from 6th grade or maybe even 5th grade, that the sun is the ultimate source of energy. So, the sun powers everything. We know that the sun powers the water cycle. It also powers the photosynthesis, and it also powers cellular respiration. So, ultimately, all of our energy comes from the sun. And so, how does it work? You can see the diagram where the sun, what it does is it adds energy for photosynthesis. The plants, that's how they can make their glucose. And then the cows eat the plant, and then we eat the cows or the chicken, whatever, and that's how we get our energy. So at the bottom of the food chain are the producers, okay? And that's usually your grass. Anything that's green is like their producers, and they are at the bottom of the food chain, but it starts with the food chain, okay? And you can see, I can't roll up.
Yeah, I got it.
It says photosynthesis. So you can see that CO2 is carbon dioxide plus sunlight plus water. It yields glucose, which is a sugar, plus oxygen. Now, for cellular respiration, it is the exact same formula, but it's opposite. You have your sugar, your oxygen, and then your carbon dioxide, water, and energy, which is ATP, which is kind of strange that it works out that way. But,
Yep. So kind of the way I think about it is everything that we do and the nasty that we give out, something else takes it back in and cleans it and kind of renews it. So it's keeping that cycle going. And if y'all look down here, why do we have the coefficients down here in front of these elements? What were we doing with the equations to make sure that this side mirrors this side before we left? And anybody can say it, we can hear you. Silence.
or you can type it in on the.
Yeah, put it in the
The
chat
chat.
if you don't want to talk. So what do we have to do? What law are we trying to satisfy when we have to add coefficients? Remember, we can't add subscripts. We can only add coefficients in front of whatever chemical formula, element, whatever that we have here. What are we doing? Trying to satisfy the law of what?
Conservation of mass.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, law of conservation of mass. Okay. Good job. But yeah, once you start, you know, just notice things, and especially now because basketball's not on. So what are we doing with our lives? I'm not sure. But
Cleaning.
cleaning your room.
Yeah. Yeah, cleaning the house. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah,
That's what we
cleaning. Gosh, I need to be better at that. But start to, you know, just like if you're not an outdoorsy person, go outside maybe for 5 minutes and start to notice the little things, because things are going to start blooming. It's going to be beautiful. But just think about when you see a flower or something, like a bloom, or in our case, we're going to be doing fruits and vegetables. All of the energy from that organism, it used every single bit of energy it had just to create that. And that's like its best product. And that's what it was made to do. And it's super cool that the earth does that for us and we don't have to ask for it, right? In this coronavirus pandemic, you guys know I love food. I like to eat. And I had like a mini freak out when I thought that I may go hungry because the grocery store might close. But then I got to thinking, I can grow my own food, right? That's what people back in the day did all the time. So just appreciate